The final Smash Direct was just released, and the game is looking great. I can't wait to get my hands on it on December 7th. In the Direct, the thing that stuck out to me the most had to have been Piranha Plant's inclusion. Easily the most WTF character in Smash history. No one ever expected him to be in, and I'm super excited to get to play him because he looks incredibly fun to use. So, in celebration of Piranha Plant, let's take a trip down memory lane and look at WTF characters of Super Smash Bros. Past. Well, I guess we should start where it all began. Smash 64's starting roster makes complete sense, but when we get to the unlockables... yeah, no. Luigi makes complete sense, but the other three are a different story. When Smash 64 first came out, I'd say F-Zero was still popular, and it still had games coming out, so Captain Falcon, in my opinion, still makes a little bit of sense. And that leaves us with two, Ness and Jigglypuff. Ness is kind of a WTF character, however I don't really consider him one, as I think he's more of a retro rep than a WTF character. Jigglypuff, though, yeah, she makes absolutely no sense. I know why she's in, she reuses Kirby's model, but that doesn't mean she doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, she got in before any of the three main Generation 1 starters. Even though some of these characters may be WTF characters, at this point they're so iconic that they almost aren't anymore, but at the time they definitely didn't make any sense. Next up comes Melee. Now for some context. Melee added 14 new characters to the Super Smash Bros. Roster. However, Melee only had an 18-month development period, so that means 6 of the 14 characters added were clones of existing ones. While 3 make complete sense, even though one in particular shouldn't have been a clone, but at least he's in the game, the other 3 though? Man. I guess I'll go in order from least to most WTF. Young Link, at least at the time, didn't make much sense. I would argue he fits much better now, as he represents a Link that isn't in Smash anymore. We have Breath of the Wild Link, Wind Waker Link, and Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask Link. Back in Melee, the main Link was already from Ocarina of Time. I don't understand why they didn't make young Link based off a different Link, like the one from A Link to the Past. Just give him pink hair and boom, makes a little bit more sense. Next up is Dr. Mario. I guess he had a game to his own, but I don't think anyone was begging for him to get in. Unlike young Link, he still doesn't make much sense. Don't get me wrong, I like the Doc and most of the other characters in this video, it just seems like he was a character that they blindly picked out of a hat from NES characters. And finally, Pichu. Unlike the others, this one feels like an absolute complete joke. I think they thought it would be funny to include a character that damages himself and saw that Pichu could do that in the games, so they added him, and they're completely right. One of my friends mains Pichu in Melee and it's just hilarious. Just because he's funny doesn't stop him from being a WTF character. Now, Brawl has a lot less WTF characters than Melee because it had a 7-year development cycle. So I picked 2 that kind of fit. Those being Snake and Rob. Snake doesn't really belong because look, Mario, Pikachu, Sonic, guy with realistic weapons. You see what I'm trying to say? He doesn't really fit in like Sonic and Mega Man do. I'm not saying he's not popular enough to get in, it's just that he doesn't really fit. In the case of Rob, he's the first character to not be from a video game. Although that may be the case, he still kind of belongs as he is a big part of Nintendo history. Smash 4 has one major WTF character, Wii Fit Trainer. No one expected her, and I think it's safe to say that at that point, she was the most WTF character in Super Smash Bros. History. Duck Hunt could also be considered a WTF character, but I think he deserves to be in. He's in an iconic game. Now, Smash 4 was the first game in the series to include DLC. 2 in particular really stand out. Cloud stands out not because he doesn't belong, but because he was never on a Nintendo console before. The other one is Bayonetta. Similar to Snake, she just doesn't fit. She was put in because she won the Smash ballot, but I highly doubt she did. Well, that brings us to the end of our WTF journey, Piranha Plant. He was just announced and he is by far the most WTF character ever. He's just a generic enemy and it doesn't even have legs at that. At first glance, I was a bit annoyed, but the more I watched, the more I realized I need him in my life. He looks so fun to use and the devs were really creative when thinking of a moveset. I think Piranha Plant perfectly highlights the point of WTF characters, to surprise everyone and for the devs to be creative and have a little fun developing one. Good on them for that, because to be honest, Piranha Plant is my personal favorite reveal of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know how you feel about these characters and especially Piranha Plant in the comments down below. I appreciate all feedback. All videos, images, and music used will be linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!